When I was a kid, we often used to leave our front door open or unlocked. It was a different time. And unfortunately, we don't live in that time anymore. We would never dream of doing that now. And you know, when we did lock the front door, we would leave the key under the mat because, well, nobody would look under there, right? That's basically what weak passwords and no extra checks like multi-factor authentication do for your business. They leave the front door of your business open. Now, I know this sounds basic, and again, these videos aren't meant to be technical, but you'll be absolutely shocked at the sheer number of businesses that do this. Here's a sobering fact. In the UK, 43% of firms reported a cyber attack or a breach in the past 12 months. That's over 600,000 businesses, and that number is rising. Those aren't great odds. And when you zoom in on identity failures like credentials, permissions, and weak passwords, industry research suggests that as many as 87% of breaches trace back to these types of identity vulnerabilities. So why am I going on and on and on and on about this? I'm telling you this because you are visible. Even if you run a small business, you're on the radar. The bad guys, they don't care. They don't care about your size. They care about opportunity. This is a business to them. And now with the help of AI, the bad guys are able to look at much larger amounts of businesses. They're looking for weak passwords, for example. The equivalent of leaving the front door of your business open. Now I gotta keep saying that, but you need to hear this. So how do you fix this? As I've been saying in all my other videos, back to basics. Strong, unique passwords plus multi-factor authentication, or MFA, equals locking the front door of your business. Now that's your first line of defense. Again, it may sound basic, but you need to have this sorted. After that, you need to look at adding single sign-on, or as we say, SSO. This enables your team to have one sign-in and one password. They don't have to remember 5 different passwords and resort to sticky notes underneath the keyboard. And then, if you can, add conditional access. So if someone logs in from an odd location or public Wi-Fi, e.g. working remote, extra checks kick in. Oh, and let's not forget about your suppliers. If one of them has weak identity controls, that's like them leaving their window open and yours is right next door. Attackers will go through one to get to the other. So what can you do right now that's free or low cost? Glad you asked. 1. Require MFA, multi-factor authentication, on every critical login for email, finance, admin dashboards, etc. 2. Roll out a password manager for your team and ban reused passwords. Establish a password policy and enforce it. 3. Enable conditional access. Rules for logins from outside your usual office or network. Working from home or remote is brilliant, but if you're not managing it properly, you're asking for trouble. 4. Switch your major business apps to use SSO, single sign-on, so one login works and one set of credentials is what you manage. 5. Do a quick supplier check. Ask each vendor, do you enforce MFA? Do you review login permissions monthly? If the answer is, I'll check, that's a red flag. And 6, schedule a call so we can do an initial consultation. No cost, just a conversation, and if I can, I'll help. At the minimum, I might be able to give you some advice and help you prioritize what you need to be doing next. So let's make sure you're not an easy target. Now in the next video, we're going to dive into devices and endpoints, things like laptops, phones, tablets. All the doors and windows you might not be considering. So I'll see you tomorrow morning, and if you want to ping me now about any login concern in your business, message me on LinkedIn and we can talk. And remember, we're all in this together.